I have a new pole. No more white, no more powder coated pole. I am back to a chrome pole. I'm super excited, and in this video I want to share with you why I decided to get back to the chrome pole and why I got rid of my powder coated pole. I get so many DMs on Instagram. What are the differences? Is it better to get a powder coated pole? And today I want to talk with you about the differences between powder coated pole, brass, stainless steel, silicone, and all the poles that are out there. I want to focus on the chrome pole and the powder coated pole because those are the ones that I've used through my pole dance life, and that's why I think I can tell you the most about it. But I try to cover all the different poles that you can buy from Expol so that you get an overview, like what are the pros, the cons, which poles are the best for which climate, and so on. I'm gonna try to cover it all so that you know which pole might be the best one for you. This pole is the latest model. It's called the PX Expert Pro Set, I think. This pole is one of the latest generations from Expol with the X-Lock system. So what makes it so special is that with just one twist you can switch from spinning to static. If you could hear that, it is locked, it is static, but it moves a little bit, and that's the sound. When I first got it, it was the same with the powder coated pole. It was a little bit annoying for me because I thought it's just, weird that it makes a noise. That's how it is, and it never really bothered me. But I really appreciate that with just one twist, you can switch from spinning to static. That's super cool. Before you had to use a hex key to switch from static to spinning, so I really appreciate that it works like that. Now it makes it really easier. If you want to buy a new pole from Expol, then you have 5 options: chrome, stainless steel, brass, powder coated pole, and silicone. The chrome pole is the one that I have, and it has a grip factor of 6, and it's recommended if you train at home and you just want normal grip. Stainless steel is perfect for you if you have allergies or if you live close to the ocean and you get a lot of salt water. I live close to the ocean. I should probably get a stainless steel because it can affect the pole and erode it over time. Is that right? Erode it. So it is better to get the stainless steel pole, but I had the experience that it is a little bit more slippery than the chrome pole. It also depends on your skin type, but it also has a grip factor of 6, the stainless steel. Then you have the brass pole. So the brass pole has a grip factor of 8. It is perfect for you if you live in a hot climate or in a humid climate like Australia. So brass would be perfect for you, and the grip factor will actually increase over time. The brass pole works well for me, but I personally don't like the look of it. It just looks old and used, and that's why I didn't want to get the brass pole. Then we have the powder coated pole. The powder coated pole has a grip factor of 9, which is very strong, as I said. It is perfect for colder climates because the pole doesn't need to warm up as much and the grip is just there from the beginning. Also, the powder coated pole is perfect if you have issues with grip and you just slide down other poles and nothing works for you, then maybe the powder coated pole would be perfect for you. You can also get it in white, the color that I had, but also in black and in pink. Last but not least, silicone. So it has a silicone tube around it, and it is very strong. I think I tried it once, but I can't tell you that much about it. The grip is just insane. That's why the grip factor is 10. It's the highest grip factor that you can buy. You have to wear clothes. Otherwise, it's like when you climb up a rope and then you slide down, but you don't release the hands, you will get burned. And it's also good for basic acrobatics and flags and stuff. It's really more like the calisthenics type of training. Then this one could be perfect for you. The powder coated pole that I had before, the white pole, that has a grip factor of 9. So it's the second highest grip factor that Expol offers, and that means it is really strong. And I struggled with it because I burned my hands all the time, all my skin. It was a lot more painful, so that I couldn't do certain tricks because I just couldn't stand it. It was so painful that I really couldn't do certain tricks. I couldn't do drops and so on. And it worked for me. I mean, I used the powder coated pole for almost 2 years. Over time, I realized that the grip is too strong. It is so painful. My skin is very sensitive. So I just decided, okay, I have to go back to chrome, and I trained on the chrome pole in Germany for 4 years. I knew that the chrome pole works for me. That's why I decided to go back to it, and I'm super excited that finally I can do drops and other tricks I couldn't do before. Of course, I'm gonna miss the grip from the powder coated pole. It's okay, I don't need a grip factor of 9. That was too much. So when I trained on the chrome pole, I realized that it's not as painful on the skin. It is better for me, it works better, but I have to say that it is more slippery than the powder coated pole. When you get a new pole, it is usually very slippery and it gets better over time. You just keep cleaning the pole, train on it, and then it will get better over time. But yeah, I think that I have to improve my grip strength again, because with the powder coated pole, it was easier to grip and I didn't need as much strength. So now I need to improve my grip strength, just train, and I also use the tennis ball and keep squeezing it so that I build up the strength in my fingers and in my hand. That's what I usually do, and of course, if you train, you improve it automatically. How do I know which finish I should choose? If you are not sure which one to buy, then I always recommend to try it out first if you can. Go to the studio, and if you know that chrome works for you, get a chrome pole. If brass works for you, then get a brass pole. Because if you have dry skin, maybe chrome works better for you. If your skin is slippery and you have a lot of moisture in your skin, then maybe brass works better for you. It is so different that I can't give you one answer that fits for all. So the standard size is 45 millimeters, and I only ever bought the 45 millimeter poles because that's standard, it's perfect. So you can get a bigger pole, which is 50 millimeters, and I think the smaller one is 38 millimeters. There are pros and cons for the bigger pole, the smaller pole, but 45 millimeters is in the middle, and that's standard also for competitions. As much as I know, yeah, I think for competitions it's also 45 millimeters. So I just recommend to go with that. And also I get a lot of questions that my hands are so small and I feel like I can't hold on to the pole, should I get the smaller one? If you have really small hands, like kids' hands, then maybe the smaller pole is better for you. But it is not so much about the size of your hand. It is more important how much strength you got in your hand. You can improve that, and there are pole dancers out there, they have super small hands, but they can train on a 45 millimeter pole, so it is possible. You just have to make your hands stronger, and then the problem is fixed. If you struggle with sweaty hands, there are a lot of different grip aid products out there and you can try them. For me, dry hands works the best, but it's really hard to get and it's very expensive. What you can do if you have slippery hands is also to improve your grip strength. Because if you don't have enough grip strength and your hands are slippery, then what happens, you can't hold to the pole, you just slide. But if your hands are a little bit wet or just damp because you have sweaty hands, then you can get away with it if you have really strong hands. So before you spend all your money on different grip aids, maybe improve your grip strength and then see if that works better for you. Because if you have to rely on products all the time, that's not good. Of course, if you have sweaty hands like crazy and nothing else works, then yes, use a grip product. But I think it's better to also start improving the grip strength so you can do all the tricks you want and you don't need to rely on a grip product. So yeah, the leggings still work with the chrome pole. It's awesome. I actually can't even tell the difference between the powder coated pole and the chrome pole when it comes to the leggings. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. I hope this video was helpful for you. I know in the beginning it can be super overwhelming when you don't know which pole to buy. And that's why I made this video for you, to make it a bit easier to get an overview and an idea what to buy. If it was helpful for you, then help me push this channel. Every comment, every like helps me to grow, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see you in the next video.